Your soul doesn't get tired the way your body does. It doesn't burn out from long days or hard work. It burns out from something quieter, something deeper, from living too far away from yourself. There is a kind of exhaustion people don't talk about, the kind that sleep can't cure, and motivation hacks can't fix. A tiredness that sits behind your ribs, where your truth lives. You've felt it, that heaviness for no reason, that sudden loss of interest in the things you used to love, that quiet ache that whispers, "This isn't me anymore," and you don't know whether to speed up, slow down, or disappear for a while. What you are feeling isn't laziness, it's misalignment. Your soul trying to pull you in one direction while your life drags you in another. People often confuse burnout with overworking, but real burnout is this: being disconnected from the parts of you that give your life meaning. You can work for hours and feel alive, if the work matches your inner compass. And you can do nothing and feel exhausted, if every choice goes against who you are. Your soul gets tired when you keep forcing yourself into places you've outgrown, rooms where your spirit can't breathe, expectations that shrink you, relationships that drain you, roles that feel like costumes you're required to wear. You see, energy doesn't disappear, it leaks. And most leaks aren't dramatic. They're subtle, almost invisible. A conversation you don't want to have but force yourself into. A responsibility you never chose but carry to avoid guilt. A mask you put on because it seems easier than being misunderstood. Every small betrayal of your inner truth costs energy, and you don't realize it until one day you wake up feeling empty. Not broken, just disconnected. Remember this: your soul wasn't designed for constant performance. It was designed for alignment, presence, and honesty. But modern life teaches the opposite. Push more, do more, be more. It never asks, be more of what? Or, more according to whom? You end up chasing a version of success that doesn't match your nature. You end up pleasing people who don't even know themselves. You end up living a life that looks right, but feels wrong. That's the real source of soul tiredness. Not difficulty, but disconnection. The body speaks through pain, the mind speaks through overthinking, but the soul speaks through exhaustion. When your soul is tired, it's not asking for rest, it's asking for realignment. A return to the path you quietly abandoned. A return to the boundaries you dissolved to fit in. A return to the dreams you buried under responsibility and fear. Sometimes you're tired because you've been holding on to things that want to leave. Sometimes you're tired because you're staying in places where your growth is unwelcome. Sometimes you're tired because you never said the truth you always knew. Here's the paradox of energy. Doing what you love may physically tire you, but spiritually, it fills you. Doing what goes against your nature may look easy, but spiritually, it drains you dry. That's why some people collapse after social gatherings, while others feel empty after silence. Each soul has its own rhythm, its own wiring, its own way of charging. The problem is never that you're too weak. The problem is that you're living in a pattern that doesn't match your blueprint. You weren't meant for constant noise if your soul thrives in quiet. You weren't meant for constant giving if your soul recharges through solitude. You weren't meant for constant strength if your soul needs softness to breathe. Your life is tired because your truth is tired of being ignored. And the moment you stop lying to yourself, energy begins to return. Not instantly, but gently, like light seeping back through a doorway you forgot was open. Healing doesn't begin with changing your habits, it begins with changing your honesty. Asking yourself, where am I abandoning myself? Where am I pretending? Where am I forcing a version of me that no longer exists? Your soul doesn't need productivity. It needs alignment. It needs you to stop silencing the parts of you that know better, because misalignment drains more than effort ever can, and real rest comes only when you return to yourself. So let me ask you, where in your life are you tired because you're disconnected, and what would your energy look like if you finally lived in truth?